We live in a world where attention is the most valuable currency, yet it is endlessly fragmented. Notifications buzz, screens glow, and the lure of multitasking seduces us into believing we're achieving more. But beneath the surface of constant motion lies a sobering truth. Shallow work dominates our days, leaving us feeling unfulfilled, scattered, and far from reaching our true potential. In this distracted age, mastering deep focus is not just a skill, it's a superpower. This book is your guide to reclaiming your mind, breaking free from the noise, and unlocking the profound power of sustained attention. Together, we'll explore the science, strategies, and soul of deep work, so you can design a life of purpose, productivity, and meaning in a world that's always pulling you in 100 directions. Let the journey to mastering your mind begin. Chapter 1. The Myth of Multitasking. Why Shallow Work Holds You Back. Multitasking is one of the greatest illusions of our age. It promises efficiency and accomplishment, whispering that you can do it all. Answer emails, prepare reports, listen to podcasts, and scroll through social media, all at once. But in reality, it does not deliver. Instead, multitasking scatters your attention, dilutes your focus, and leaves you with a trail of half-completed tasks and a sense of lingering dissatisfaction. The truth is, the human brain is not designed to multitask. It is not a computer running simultaneous programs. It's a single-thread processor that thrives when given one clear goal at a time. At its core, multitasking is a myth because the brain doesn't actually perform multiple tasks simultaneously. It switches rapidly between them. This phenomenon, known as task switching, requires the brain to recalibrate every time it shifts focus. This recalibration comes with a cognitive cost. It slows you down, reduces accuracy, and drains your mental energy. Studies have shown that people who frequently multitask often perform worse on tasks requiring sustained attention. Paradoxically, those who pride themselves on multitasking are often the most distracted and the least productive. Think about how it feels to write an important email while a colleague is talking to you. You're nodding at the conversation but catching only fragments of it. Meanwhile, your email becomes riddled with errors. What you lose in this scenario is not just productivity, but the richness of engaging deeply with either task. To understand why multitasking is so detrimental, we must first distinguish between shallow work and deep work. Shallow work consists of tasks that are often logistical and require little thought, replying to emails, attending status meetings, or filling out forms. While they may feel necessary, they often don't move the needle toward meaningful progress. Deep work, on the other hand, is focused, undistracted effort applied to tasks that create real value. It's the space where creativity thrives, where breakthroughs happen, and where skills are honed at a high level. Writing a book, solving a complex problem, or developing a strategy requires deep work. But deep work demands sustained attention, something multitasking inherently undermines. By constantly shifting your focus, multitasking chains you to the realm of shallow work, robbing you of the opportunity to engage deeply and create something truly impactful. Creativity and innovation thrive in the fertile soil of deep focus. Consider the greatest minds of history, Einstein, Da Vinci, or even contemporary innovators like Elon Musk. Their achievements were not the result of scattered attention, but of laser-sharp focus on a singular vision. Multitasking does not allow the brain the time it needs to enter a state of flow, where ideas connect seamlessly and insights emerge naturally. Moreover, multitasking depletes your mental resources faster than you realize. The energy spent switching between tasks leaves you with less bandwidth for higher-order thinking. The result? Diminished creativity, lower productivity, and a growing sense of frustration. Here's the tricky part. Multitasking feels productive. Each completed email, text, or call gives a quick dopamine hit, making you feel like you're accomplishing something. This is why so many people fall into the trap of mistaking busyness for effectiveness. But this illusion masks the true cost of multitasking: lost depth, wasted energy, and mediocre results. Imagine you're at the gym. You could either do 10 focused push-ups with perfect form or attempt to juggle push-ups, jumping jacks, and running on a treadmill all at once. The latter might look impressive but achieves far less. The same principle applies to your mind. Beyond reduced productivity, multitasking also takes a toll on your mental well-being. When your attention is divided, tasks take longer to complete, which can lead to missed deadlines and mounting stress. Over time, this chronic sense of busyness without fulfillment can lead to burnout. There's also an emotional cost, the inability to be present. Multitasking not only affects work, but also infiltrates your personal life. How many times have you tried to have a conversation with someone while checking your phone? In those moments, you're physically present, but mentally absent, missing the opportunity for genuine connection. To master your mind and escape the multitasking myth, you must embrace a new paradigm: single tasking. Single tasking is the deliberate practice of focusing on one task at a time with full attention. It's not just about completing a task, it's about doing it well, with intention and care. Start by identifying tasks that require deep work and prioritize them. Use tools like time blocking to carve out uninterrupted time for focused effort. When distractions arise, remind yourself of their cost. Is answering that email right now worth the interruption of your flow? When you engage deeply with one task, something magical happens. You experience the satisfaction of giving your best effort, and your work reflects the quality of that attention. Moreover, you begin to reclaim the joy of being fully present, not just in work, but in life. Imagine reading a book without checking your phone, or having a conversation where you're not mentally rehearsing tomorrow's to-do list. These moments of presence are where life happens, and they are increasingly rare in a distracted age. Multitasking has been sold to us as a virtue, but it is, in truth, a thief, stealing our focus, creativity, and peace of mind. The antidote is not just working harder, but working deeper. By rejecting the myth of multitasking, you can embrace the art of single tasking and unlock your mind's full potential. Chapter 2. The Science of Focus: Understanding Your Brain's Potential. Focus is a cornerstone of human achievement. It's the secret weapon behind groundbreaking discoveries, creative masterpieces, and extraordinary feats. Yet, in today's world, focus is under siege. With every notification and endless stream of information, our ability to concentrate dwindles. To reclaim this power, we must first understand its source, the astonishing science of the human brain, and how it functions when fully focused. At its core, focus is the brain's ability to direct its limited energy and attention toward a single task while filtering out distractions. This process occurs in the prefrontal cortex, the region of the brain responsible for higher-order thinking, problem-solving, and decision-making. When you focus deeply, your brain enters a state called selective attention. In this state, irrelevant information is filtered out, and neural resources are concentrated on a singular objective. Think of your brain as a spotlight. When it shines on one area, it illuminates details with clarity, but when spread too thin, the light weakens, leaving everything in a dim blur. The magic of focus doesn't stop there. Sustained attention over time can lead to a flow state, a mental zone where you lose track of time, perform at your peak, and feel an intrinsic sense of fulfillment. Athletes call this being in the zone, while artists describe it as a burst of inspiration. Regardless of the term, flow is the direct result of harnessing your brain's capacity for deep focus. In a perfect world, maintaining focus would be as simple as choosing where to direct your attention. But we live in an age of endless distractions. Our brains, hardwired to seek novelty and stimulation, are easily hijacked by digital interruptions. Every ping, vibration, or alert promises something new, dragging your attention away from what truly matters. Moreover, multitasking, which we debunked in the previous chapter, plays a role in degrading focus. Constantly switching between tasks overstimulates your brain, leaving it less capable of sustaining attention. Over time, this can even rewire neural pathways, making shallow focus the default state and deep work more difficult to access. When you engage in deep focus, something fascinating happens at the neurological level. The brain operates more efficiently, allowing it to process complex information and solve problems faster. Neurotransmitters like dopamine and norepinephrine flood your brain, sharpening your senses and increasing motivation. This state also activates the default mode network, DMN, in specific moments, especially during breaks. While it might seem counterintuitive, the DMN, responsible for daydreaming and introspection, plays a critical role in focus. It helps you synthesize information, connect ideas, and reflect on your goals. Alternating between focused work and periods of rest optimizes this network, creating a feedback loop that enhances productivity and creativity. Focus is more than just a productivity tool, it's a competitive advantage in today's world. While others are distracted by the endless noise, your ability to concentrate deeply allows you to stand out. Employers value those who can tackle complex problems without constant supervision, and creative industries thrive on individuals who can produce innovative solutions through deep thinking. But the benefits extend beyond professional achievements. Focus enriches your personal life, too. It enhances your relationships by allowing you to be fully present with loved ones. It deepens your experience of hobbies, whether reading, playing music, or cooking. In essence, focus transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, infusing every aspect of life with purpose and meaning. Here's the encouraging news. Focus is a trainable skill. Thanks to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself and form new neural connections, you can enhance your capacity for sustained attention. Like a muscle, the brain grows stronger with deliberate practice. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone during work or bring your mind back to a wandering thought during meditation, you're training your brain to focus. Over time, these small acts of discipline compound, rewiring your brain to favor deep focus over distraction. It's important to distinguish between focus and attention span. Your attention span is the length of time you can concentrate before becoming distracted. Focus, however, is the quality of that attention. While a long attention span is helpful, even short bursts of high-quality focus can produce remarkable results. Consider the Pomodoro technique, where you work in focused intervals of 25 minutes, followed by a short break. This method leverages both focus and limited attention spans, making it a powerful tool for productivity. Practical tips to unlock your brain's potential. 1. Practice single tasking. Commit to completing one task at a time with full attention. When tempted to multitask, remind yourself of the cognitive cost. 2. Eliminate distractions. Designate a workspace free from interruptions. Use tools like noise-canceling headphones or apps that block social media. 3. Train your mind through meditation. Mindfulness meditation strengthens your ability to bring wandering thoughts back to the present, improving focus over time. 4. Take strategic breaks. Use breaks to recharge and engage the DMN. Activities like walking, stretching, or daydreaming can enhance creativity and problem-solving. 5. Set clear goals. Begin each session with a specific objective. Knowing what you're working toward helps anchor your focus. The human brain is capable of incredible feats, but only when it operates under the right conditions. Focus is the gateway to these conditions. It is the tool that allows you to dig deep into your potential, uncover hidden insights, and achieve outcomes that once seemed impossible. As we navigate an age of distraction, understanding and leveraging the science of focus isn't just an advantage, it's a necessity. In this chapter, we've explored how focus works and why it's so essential. The chapters to come will guide you in applying this knowledge to design a life where deep work and intentional living become your norm. Your brain is a marvel, and its potential is waiting to be unlocked. The key lies in reclaiming your focus and wielding it as the powerful tool it was always meant to be. Chapter 3. Noise versus signal. Identifying what truly matters. In the cacophony of modern life, The distinction between what demands your attention and what deserves it has become blurred. Every email, notification, or headline competes for your focus, promising importance, but often delivering triviality. The ability to discern the meaningful from the meaningless, to separate noise from signal, is not just a skill, it is a survival strategy for thriving in an age of endless distractions. Noise is more than just auditory clutter. It encompasses anything that detracts from your ability to focus on what truly matters. This could be the constant buzzing of notifications, the pull of low-priority tasks, or even the internal chatter of your own mind. Noise creates an illusion of productivity, making you feel busy while achieving little of real value. Consider this. How often do you end a day feeling exhausted, yet unsure of what you actually accomplished? This is the toll of noise. It siphons away your energy, leaving little for the tasks that could move you closer to your goals. Signal, on the other hand, is the meaningful information or activity that aligns with your goals, values, and priorities. Signals contribute directly to your growth, success, or fulfillment. They are the tasks that, when completed, bring a sense of progress and purpose. The challenge lies in recognizing the signals amid the noise. This requires clarity about what you truly value and what you are trying to achieve. Without this clarity, you risk being swept away by the tide of trivial demands, mistaking urgency for importance. One of the most powerful tools for identifying signal is the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. This principle states that 80% of outcomes often come from 20% of efforts. By identifying the small number of tasks that yield the greatest results, you can focus your energy where it matters most. For instance, in your career, a handful of projects or clients may account for the majority of your success. In your personal life, a few meaningful relationships likely bring you the most joy. Recognizing these high-impact areas allows you to allocate your attention more effectively, reducing the drain caused by noise. Despite its importance, prioritizing signal over noise is not easy. Human brains are wired for novelty and stimulation, making it tempting to chase every shiny distraction. Social and cultural pressures compound the issue, glorifying busyness and equating responsiveness with competence. Moreover, modern technology is designed to exploit these tendencies. Algorithms and notifications are engineered to capture and hold your attention, often at the expense of your long-term goals. Breaking free from this cycle requires conscious effort and a willingness to challenge societal norms about productivity and success. Strategies for separating noise from signal. 1. Define your priorities. Begin by clarifying your long-term goals and values. What truly matters to you? Whether it's advancing your career, deepening relationships, or pursuing a passion, having a clear sense of purpose helps you recognize which activities align with your priorities. 2. Ask the right questions. When faced with a task or opportunity, ask yourself, does this contribute to my long-term goals? Will this matter a year from now? Is this the best use of my time right now? These questions act as a filter, helping you identify whether something is a signal worth pursuing or just noise. 3. Embrace the power of elimination. Sometimes identifying signal is easier when you remove noise. Say no to commitments that don't align with your goals. Unsubscribe from unnecessary emails. Limit time spent on social media. Each step creates more space for what truly matters. 4. Batch and automate low-value tasks. Not all noise can be eliminated, but it can be managed. Group similar tasks, like responding to emails or running errands, into designated time blocks. Automate repetitive activities whenever possible. This minimizes the cognitive load of noise, freeing up mental energy for signals. 5. Leverage technology wisely. Use tools designed to enhance focus rather than diminish it. Apps that block distractions, organize tasks, or track your progress can help you stay aligned with your priorities. 6. Cultivate mindful awareness. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or journaling, can enhance your ability to recognize when you're being pulled into noise. By training your mind to notice distractions without reacting to them, you gain greater control over where your attention goes. Failing to prioritize signal over noise has consequences. You risk spreading yourself too thin, chasing urgent but unimportant tasks at the expense of meaningful progress. Over time, this can lead to frustration, burnout, and a sense of stagnation. Conversely, focusing on signals allows you to experience the satisfaction of purposeful work and intentional living. It aligns your daily actions with your larger aspirations, creating a sense of coherence and momentum. The concept of noise and signal extends beyond tasks to relationships as well. Not all connections are equally meaningful. Some relationships nourish and inspire you, while others drain your energy or distract you from your goals. By focusing on high-signal relationships, you can cultivate deeper connections and greater emotional fulfillment. When you consistently choose signal over noise, the benefits compound. You achieve more in less time, reduce stress, and create a life that reflects your true values. Over time, this approach leads to mastery in your chosen fields and deeper satisfaction in your personal life. The world is noisy, but your life doesn't have to be. By learning to discern signal from noise, you reclaim control over your time and energy. This chapter has explored the importance of identifying what truly matters and provided practical strategies for doing so. In the next chapter, we'll build on this foundation by designing an environment that supports deep focus, enabling you to turn your newfound clarity into action. The journey to mastering your mind begins here, with the courage to silence the noise and tune into the signals that guide you toward your highest potential. Chapter 4. Creating your focus fortress. Designing an environment for success. Imagine trying to build a masterpiece in the middle of a chaotic marketplace, with constant interruptions, noise, and distractions vying for your attention. This is the reality of attempting to do deep, meaningful work in a poorly designed environment. Your surroundings are not just a backdrop to your efforts. They are an active player in the drama of your productivity and focus. If you're serious about mastering your mind, creating a focus fortress is essential. Human behavior is deeply influenced by environment. James Clear, in Atomic Habits, highlights how even small environmental changes can have outsized effects on our actions. A cluttered desk, for example, often reflects and perpetuates a cluttered mind. On the other hand, a clean, intentional workspace can signal clarity and purpose, making it easier to focus. Your environment is either working for you or against you. There's no neutral ground. If it's filled with distractions, you're setting yourself up for failure before you even begin. Conversely, an environment designed for focus eliminates friction, allowing you to channel your mental energy toward what truly matters. Many people believe focus is purely a matter of discipline or willpower. While willpower plays a role, it is a finite resource. The more you rely on it to resist distractions, the more depleted you become. A well-designed environment reduces the need for willpower by removing distractions before they even become temptations. By proactively shaping your surroundings, you make focus the path of least resistance. This isn't about being overly rigid, it's about being intentional. Building your focus fortress. Key strategies. 1. Declutter for clarity. Physical clutter leads to mental clutter. Begin by removing unnecessary items from your workspace. A minimalist environment doesn't just look clean. It creates a sense of psychological space that allows your mind to operate more freely. Ask yourself, does this item support my goals? If not, it's a distraction in disguise. 2. Eliminate visual and auditory distractions. Visual distractions. Position your desk away from windows or other areas of activity. Use neutral tones or calming colors in your workspace to reduce overstimulation. Auditory distractions. Invest in noise-canceling headphones or play white noise to block out background sounds. Alternatively, work during quieter hours if possible. 3. Control digital interruptions. Technology is a double-edged sword. While it offers tools for productivity, it also provides endless opportunities for distraction. Turn off notifications. Silence non-essential alerts on your phone and computer. Use focus-enhancing apps. Tools like Freedom, Cold Turkey, or Forest can block distracting websites and apps during work sessions. Designate tech-free zones. Keep your phone out of arm's reach while working, or even better, out of the room entirely. 4. Create zones for specific activities. The brain associates spaces with activities. By assigning specific areas for tasks, you can train your mind to shift gears more effectively. For instance, use your desk only for work, not for eating or browsing social media. Have a separate space for relaxation, so your mind knows when it's time to unwind. This zoning technique reinforces focus by reducing contextual confusion. 5. Harness the power of lighting and ergonomics. Lighting. Poor lighting strains your eyes and saps your energy. Use natural light whenever possible, or invest in full-spectrum bulbs to mimic daylight. Ergonomics. Ensure your chair and desk setup promote good posture. Discomfort can be a subtle yet persistent distraction, pulling your focus away from the task at hand. 6. Personalize without overloading. While minimalism is important, a completely sterile environment can feel uninspiring. Personalize your workspace with a few meaningful items: a photo, a plant, or an inspirational quote. These elements should uplift, not distract. 7. Establish rituals to anchor your focus. Your environment isn't just physical, it's also shaped by your routines. Create rituals that signal the start and end of deep work sessions. For example, light a candle or play a specific playlist when you begin working. Close your notebook or journal at the end of a session to symbolize completion. These rituals help train your brain to transition into and out of focus mode. Sometimes the biggest distractions aren't objects but people. Well-meaning colleagues, family members, or friends can unintentionally pull you out of deep work. Set boundaries. Clearly communicate your need for uninterrupted time. Use a sign or signal, like closing your door or wearing headphones, to indicate when you shouldn't be disturbed. Schedule interaction time. Allocate specific times for meetings, calls, or socializing so that these don't intrude on your focused work. A focus fortress isn't just external. It includes your mental space. Inner noise, like negative self-talk, worry, or overthinking, can be as disruptive as external distractions. Practice mindfulness. Meditation, deep breathing, or journaling can help quiet mental clutter. Brain dump. At the start of each day, write down everything on your mind. This clears mental space, allowing you to concentrate more fully. Your focus fortress is not static. It evolves with your needs and goals. Regularly assess your environment to ensure it continues to serve you. Are there new distractions creeping in? Are your tools and setup still aligned with your priorities? Treat your environment as a dynamic ally in your pursuit of deep focus. While creating an optimized environment requires effort, the return on investment is immense. A well-designed workspace amplifies your ability to concentrate, reduces stress, and fosters creativity. It transforms deep work from a struggle into a flow state, where time seems to disappear and your best ideas emerge effortlessly. Your environment should be a sanctuary, not a battlefield. It should support your highest aspirations, not pull you into the quicksand of distractions. By taking control of your surroundings, you reclaim your ability to focus deeply and produce work that truly matters. Chapter 5. The Time Block. Method: structuring your day for peak performance. If you were to examine the daily schedules of history's most productive minds, visionaries like Leonardo da Vinci, Marie Curie, or Nikola Tesla, you'd likely find a common thread: intentionality. Their time wasn't haphazardly spent. It was deliberately structured to maximize focus, creativity, and achievement. This principle holds true in today's fast-paced world. Without a clear strategy, the hours of your day slip through your fingers like sand. The time block method is your tool to reclaim those hours and channel them into meaningful, productive work. Traditional time management advice, like keeping a to-do list or prioritizing tasks, is well-meaning but incomplete. These methods assume that tasks magically get done as long as they're written down or labeled as urgent. In reality, without dedicated blocks of time to execute those tasks, they remain aspirational rather than actionable. Time blocking solves this problem by pairing your intentions with a specific time frame. It transforms vague goals into tangible commitments, giving structure to your day and ensuring that what truly matters doesn't get lost in the noise. Time blocking works because it aligns with how the brain operates. Cognitive science shows that humans thrive on boundaries and predictability. By allocating specific periods to specific tasks, you reduce decision fatigue and free up mental energy for the work itself. Moreover, time blocking supports the principle of single tasking, focusing on one task at a time rather than juggling multiple activities. Studies repeatedly demonstrate that multitasking decreases productivity and creativity, while sustained attention improves both. Time blocking creates the conditions for deep, uninterrupted focus. Time blocking isn't about filling every minute of your day with rigid schedules. It's about striking a balance between structure and flexibility, creating a rhythm that works for you. Here's how to get started. 1. Start with your priorities. Before you block out your time, identify what truly matters. Ask yourself, what are my most important goals today, this week, or this month? Which tasks, if completed, would have the greatest impact? Prioritizing tasks ensures that your time is spent on activities aligned with your values and goals, not just what feels urgent in the moment. 2. Break your day into blocks. Divide your day into chunks of time dedicated to specific types of tasks. Typical blocks might include deep work, periods for high focus, high-impact tasks like writing, coding, or strategic planning. Shallow work, time for low-focus tasks like responding to emails, scheduling, or data entry. Breaks, short intervals to recharge your mind and body. Personal time, time for exercise, hobbies, or family. Planning and reflection, a block to review progress and plan the next day. 3. Assign tasks to blocks. Once your blocks are defined, assign tasks to each one. Be realistic about how long tasks will take, and avoid overloading your schedule. A good rule of thumb is to schedule no more than 4 to 5 hours of deep work in a day. For example, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Deep work, finish, Chapter 5, draft. 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Break, stretch, grab a snack. 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Shallow work, respond to emails and check updates. 4. Protect your blocks. Time blocking is only effective if you respect the boundaries you set. Treat your blocks as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. If possible, communicate your schedule to colleagues or family members to minimize interruptions. 5. Review and adapt. At the end of each day, review how well you adhered to your blocks. Were there tasks that took longer than expected? Were there distractions that disrupted your focus? Use this feedback to adjust your schedule for the following day. Urgent but unimportant tasks often threaten to derail your schedule. To combat this, use the Eisenhower matrix to distinguish between what's truly important and what can be delegated or postponed. Protect your deep work blocks from being overrun by other people's priorities. Life is unpredictable, and some disruptions are unavoidable. Build flexibility into your schedule by including buffer blocks, short periods of unscheduled time to handle surprises. This ensures that one hiccup doesn't cascade into a completely derailed day. Sustained focus is mentally taxing, and pushing through exhaustion often leads to diminishing returns. Incorporate short breaks into your schedule, using techniques like the Pomodoro technique to balance focus with rest. To make time blocking a habit, pair it with daily rituals. Begin each morning with a planning session, where you review your blocks and set intentions for the day. End your day with a reflection ritual, noting what worked well and what needs adjustment. Rituals anchor your time-blocking practice, making it feel natural rather than forced. Paradoxically, time blocking, often perceived as restrictive, offers immense freedom. By deciding in advance how you'll spend your time, you free yourself from the constant stress of reactive decision-making. Instead of feeling pulled in 1,000 directions, you have a clear roadmap to follow. The benefits of time blocking extend far beyond productivity. When you intentionally allocate time to your highest priorities, you align your daily actions with your long-term goals. This alignment creates a sense of purpose and fulfillment, as each day becomes a meaningful step toward the life you envision. Your time is your most precious resource, and how you use it shapes the trajectory of your life. The time block method is more than a scheduling tool. It's a philosophy of intentional living. By structuring your days with care, you create the conditions for deep focus, meaningful work, and sustained progress. In the next chapter, we'll explore the art of guarding your time by mastering the ability to say no to distractions, obligations, and opportunities that do not serve your purpose. With this skill, you'll take your time management to the next level, ensuring that every block of time is protected and purposeful. Chapter 6. Mastering the Art of Saying No, Guarding Your Time Like a Pro. In a world brimming with endless opportunities, invitations, and demands, saying yes often feels like the default response. Whether it's a meeting, a project, or even a casual coffee catch-up, agreeing can seem harmless or even necessary. After all, isn't being agreeable and accommodating a sign of commitment and good character? But every yes you utter carries a hidden cost, the time and energy diverted from what truly matters to you. Mastering the art of saying no is not about rejecting people or opportunities without consideration. It's about embracing your values, goals, and priorities with clarity and courage. When you learn to say no with intention, you reclaim control over your time, ensuring it aligns with what is most important. Every no you say is, in essence, a yes to something else: your focus, your well-being, your purpose. Yet many of us struggle with this simple word. Why? Because we fear the consequences. We fear conflict. We don't want to upset others or seem unhelpful. We fear missed opportunities. What if this is the chance that changes everything? We fear judgment. Saying no might make us seem lazy, selfish, or uncommitted. These fears are valid, but they often lead us into the trap of overcommitment. Instead of pursuing deep, meaningful work, we spread ourselves too thin, leaving little room for focus or growth. Saying no strategically is not an act of defiance, it's an act of self-respect. When you say yes to everything, you inadvertently dilute your energy. Your capacity to concentrate diminishes as your commitments multiply. Lose clarity. Juggling too many responsibilities makes it harder to discern what truly matters. Miss opportunities for deep work. Time spent on non-essential tasks steals from the hours you could devote to your most important goals. Take a moment to reflect. How many of your current commitments align with your core values? How many of them are distractions disguised as obligations? The first step in mastering the art of no is reframing how you perceive the word. Instead of seeing it as rejection, view it as redirection. A no isn't about turning people away. It's about staying true to what matters most to you. Imagine your day as a jar and your priorities as big stones. If you fill the jar with sand, small, inconsequential tasks, there's no room for the stones. But if you place the stones first, the sand can settle around them. Saying no to the sand ensures your priorities fit into your life. Like any skill, learning to say no takes practice. It requires clarity, confidence, and tact. Start by reminding yourself that every commitment is a trade-off. Saying no to something external allows you to say yes to what matters internally. Saying no doesn't have to be harsh or confrontational. Here are strategies to make it easier and more effective. 1. Know your priorities. When you're clear about your goals, saying no becomes simpler. If a request doesn't align with your priorities, it's easier to decline without guilt. Example: thank you for thinking of me, but I'm focusing on priority right now and won't be able to take this on. 2. Offer an alternative. If you want to maintain goodwill, suggest a different option or timeline. Example: I can't take this on at the moment, but I'd be happy to revisit it next month. 3. Use the delay strategy. When you're unsure, buy yourself time to assess the request's importance. Example: let me think about this and get back to you. This approach prevents hasty yes responses driven by pressure. 4. Be honest and polite. Honesty doesn't mean being blunt. Express your gratitude for the opportunity while staying firm in your decision. Example: I appreciate you considering me for this, but I need to focus on my current commitments. 5. Practice saying no. Start small. Decline minor requests to build confidence. Over time, you'll find it easier to say no to larger demands. One of the hardest parts of saying no is accepting that you might disappoint someone. But consider this: if you overextend yourself, you risk letting people down when you can't deliver your best work. A well-timed no prevents future frustration, for both you and others. Remember, people often respect boundaries more than they resent them. By valuing your time, you set an example for others to do the same. Saying no is part of a larger practice: establishing boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to keep others out. They're guidelines to protect your time, energy, and focus. Set clear expectations. Communicate your availability and priorities up front. Create non-negotiable time blocks. Dedicate specific hours to deep work and protect them fiercely. Limit access. Not every email or call requires an immediate response. Each no you say creates space for something more meaningful. You'll notice a ripple effect. Improved focus. With fewer distractions, your deep work flourishes. Greater confidence. As you prioritize your goals, you feel more in control. Stronger relationships. The time you do spend with others becomes more intentional and fulfilling. Saying no is an act of liberation. It frees you from the chains of overcommitment and empowers you to focus on what truly matters. Each no is a declaration that your time and priorities are worth protecting. Chapter 7. The Ritual of Focus. Building habits that stick. Habits shape the fabric of our lives. While grand resolutions and big-picture goals often steal the spotlight, it is the quiet consistency of daily rituals that determines success. The ability to focus deeply is no exception. It is not a talent bestowed upon a lucky few, but a skill cultivated through deliberate routines and persistent practice. Imagine focus as a fire. You can't summon it by sheer willpower alone. Instead, you need the right materials, habits that fuel the flame and protect it from the winds of distraction. Building rituals of focus is about creating these conditions so that deep work becomes not just an occasional feat, but a natural, sustainable part of your life. Why are rituals so powerful? Because they automate the mundane, freeing your mind to concentrate on what truly matters. When focus becomes a habit rather than a struggle, your mental energy is preserved for the tasks that require it most. Rituals also signal to your brain that it's time to enter a particular state. Just as athletes follow pre-game routines to get into the zone, you can use rituals to prime your mind for deep work. Over time, these practices create a Pavlovian effect. Your brain learns to associate specific actions with heightened concentration. Not all rituals are created equal. A powerful focus ritual is personal, intentional, and adaptable. Here's how to create one. 1. Start with a clear trigger. Every ritual begins with a trigger, a specific action or event that signals it's time to focus. This could be sitting at a designated workspace, playing a particular piece of instrumental music, brewing a cup of tea or coffee before starting work. The key is consistency. By repeating the same trigger, you train your brain to associate it with focus, making it easier to transition into deep work mode. 2. Simplify your environment. Your surroundings play a crucial role in your ability to concentrate. A cluttered space often leads to a cluttered mind. As part of your ritual, take a few moments to tidy your workspace. Remove unnecessary items that could distract you. Arrange tools and materials you need for the task at hand. This simple act not only eliminates potential distractions, but also creates a sense of readiness and order. 3. Set an intention. Before diving into your work, take a moment to set an intention. Ask yourself, what is my main goal for this session? What outcome will make this time feel well spent? Writing down your intention solidifies your focus and serves as a guiding light when distractions inevitably arise. 4. Create a time boundary. Deep focus thrives on clear time boundaries. Instead of working indefinitely, commit to focused blocks of time, such as 25 minutes, a Pomodoro, or 90 minutes, an ultradian rhythm cycle. Knowing there's an end point encourages you to work with intensity and purpose. 5. Close the loop. A focus ritual isn't complete without a deliberate ending. When your session is over, take a few moments to reflect on what you accomplished. Make notes for where to pick up next time. Express gratitude for the progress you made. Closing the loop not only reinforces a sense of achievement, but also helps your brain transition out of deep work mode. Rituals rely on habits, and building habits requires an understanding of how they form. Psychologists have identified 3 key components of a habit loop. 1. Cue, the trigger that initiates the behavior. 2. Routine, the behavior itself. 3. Reward, the positive outcome that reinforces the habit. By intentionally designing each of these elements, you can create rituals that stick. For example, cue, sitting at your desk with your favorite focus drink. Routine, engaging in a 90-minute deep work session. Reward, taking a satisfying break with a good book or a short walk. Over time, this loop becomes automatic, transforming focus from a chore into a reflex. 2 of the most critical times for focus rituals are morning and evening. Morning rituals. Set the tone for the day, starting your day with intention, whether through journaling, meditation, or planning, creates momentum for sustained focus. Evening rituals help you wind down and prepare for tomorrow. Reflecting on the day's accomplishments and setting goals for the next day ensures you wake up with clarity. Even the most well-designed rituals can face resistance. Procrastination, fatigue, or distractions can derail your plans. Here's how to overcome them. Start small. Commit to just 5 minutes of focused work. Often, getting started is the hardest part. Eliminate friction. Reduce obstacles that make it harder to follow your ritual. For example, lay out your materials the night before. Forgive slip-ups. Habits are built through consistency, not perfection. If you miss a day, simply start again. At first, rituals may feel like extra effort, but as they become habits, their impact compounds. A single focused session may not change your life, but hundreds of them will. The consistent practice of deep work leads to greater productivity, enhanced creativity, a sense of mastery and fulfillment. Ultimately, the purpose of rituals isn't just to enhance focus, it's to create a life of intention. When your days are guided by meaningful habits, you align your actions with your values, making every moment count. The art of focus isn't about forcing yourself to concentrate, it's about creating the conditions where focus naturally flourishes. Rituals provide the structure and stability you need to thrive in a world of chaos. Chapter 8. Digital Minimalism. Taking Back Control from Technology. We live in an age where the most valuable currency is attention. Technology, initially designed to serve humanity, now often manipulates and monopolizes this currency, keeping us tethered to screens and bombarded with distractions. Notifications buzz, emails pile up, and endless streams of content demand our focus, fragmenting our ability to concentrate deeply. Digital minimalism offers a lifeline in this chaotic landscape. It's not about rejecting technology, but about reclaiming control over it. By adopting intentional practices, you can design a tech life that enhances your goals instead of hijacking them, creating space for the deep focus required to thrive in today's world. Consider this. How often do you find yourself scrolling through social media for a few minutes, only to lose an hour or more? How many times does a notification interrupt a task, pulling you into a vortex of unrelated activity? These moments might seem trivial, but their cumulative impact is profound. Studies have shown that even a brief interruption can take 20 minutes or more to regain full focus on a task. Multiply this across the countless pings, alerts, and distractions we encounter daily, and it becomes clear why deep work feels elusive. Technology's constant presence also reshapes our brains. The dopamine hits from likes, shares, and messages reinforce compulsive behaviors, making it harder to resist the lure of distractions. Over time, this erodes our ability to sustain attention, think deeply, and engage meaningfully with the world around us. Digital minimalism isn't about becoming a digital hermit. It's about using technology as a tool rather than letting it control you. It's a philosophy that prioritizes intentionality, focusing on tech that aligns with your values and supports your purpose while eliminating the rest. Cal Newport, author of Digital Minimalism, describes it as a philosophy of technology use in which you focus your online time on a small number of carefully selected and optimized activities that strongly support things you value. This approach empowers you to reclaim your attention and channel it toward what truly matters. To practice digital minimalism, you must challenge the default settings of modern life. Here's how. 1. Declutter your digital life. The first step is a digital declutter, a reset that allows you to evaluate which technologies serve you and which don't. Start by identifying apps, tools, and platforms that consume the most time. Temporarily removing all non-essential technologies for 30 days. Reintroducing only the ones that add significant value to your life. This exercise helps you break free from habitual usage patterns and gain clarity on what's truly necessary. 2. Prioritize intentional use. Once you've decluttered, commit to using technology with intention. This means setting specific times for checking emails and social media. Using apps and devices only when they directly support your goals. Avoiding aimless scrolling or multitasking. Every interaction with technology should have a clear purpose, ensuring it enhances rather than detracts from your focus. 3. Create boundaries around technology. Just as a fortress has walls to protect what's inside, you need boundaries to safeguard your attention. Consider turning off non-essential notifications. Keeping your phone out of reach during deep work sessions. Designating screen-free zones, such as the bedroom or dining table. These boundaries create a buffer between you and distractions, making it easier to focus on what matters most. Practical strategies for digital minimalism. 1. Schedule screen time. Rather than letting technology dictate your schedule, take control by designating specific times for digital activities. For example, limit social media use to 15 minutes in the evening. Check emails twice a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. By creating a schedule, you reduce the temptation to engage with technology impulsively. 2. Batch communication tasks. Switching between tasks is a productivity killer. Instead of responding to messages and emails throughout the day, batch these activities into focused sessions. This minimizes interruptions and allows you to concentrate on high-value work. 3. Leverage tools for focus. Ironically, technology can also help you reclaim focus. Use apps and tools that support digital minimalism, such as focus apps, like Freedom or Forest to block distracting sites, time trackers, to monitor your screen usage, Pomodoro timers, to structure deep work sessions. These tools empower you to use technology on your terms, rather than falling prey to its demands. When you take back control from technology, the benefits extend far beyond productivity. Digital minimalism fosters greater presence. By reducing distractions, you can fully engage with the people and experiences that matter most. Enhanced creativity. Freeing your mind from constant input creates space for deep thinking and innovation. Improved well-being. Cutting down on screen time reduces stress and promotes mental clarity. Most importantly, digital minimalism aligns your actions with your values, enabling you to live with greater purpose and intention. Adopting digital minimalism isn't always easy. You may face resistance from within yourself or from others who expect constant availability. To navigate these challenges, start small. Begin with 1 or 2 changes, such as turning off notifications or setting screen-free hours. Communicate your boundaries. Let colleagues, friends, and family know about your new approach and explain its importance. Stay consistent. Habits take time to form. Be patient with yourself and celebrate progress, no matter how small. In a world designed to distract, choosing focus is a revolutionary act. Digital minimalism isn't just a productivity hack. It's a way of life that prioritizes depth, meaning, and connection over noise and superficiality. As you embrace this philosophy, you'll find that the constant pull of technology loses its grip. In its place emerges a profound sense of clarity, enabling you to direct your energy toward what truly matters. Chapter 9. Sustaining the flow. Overcoming burnout while staying productive. Deep focus is a powerful tool that can elevate your work and transform your life. Yet, even the most disciplined individuals can fall into the trap of burnout. When we push ourselves too hard, mistaking constant productivity for true progress, we risk exhausting our mental and emotional resources. The result? Reduced creativity, dwindling motivation, and, ironically, a decline in the very productivity we strive to maintain. Sustaining focus and avoiding burnout is not about finding balance in the traditional sense. Instead, it's about cultivating a rhythm, a harmonious interplay between intense focus and restorative rest. In this chapter, we'll explore how to protect your well-being while maximizing your ability to sustain deep, meaningful work. To sustain focus, it's crucial to understand the concept of flow. Coined by psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, flow is the state of being fully immersed in a task where time seems to dissolve, and your abilities are perfectly matched to the challenge at hand. Flow is deeply satisfying and inherently rewarding, but it's not infinite. Like a sprinter who needs recovery after a race, your brain also needs recovery after intense focus. Overstretching yourself not only prevents flow, but can also lead to chronic fatigue and reduced effectiveness. The key lies in nurturing your energy and maintaining the conditions that allow flow to flourish over the long term. Burnout occurs when the demands of your work consistently outpace your capacity to meet them. It's not just about working long hours. It's about doing so without adequate breaks, emotional support, or clarity of purpose. Some common causes of burnout include unrealistic expectations, setting unattainable goals that leave you perpetually feeling behind, neglecting recovery, skipping rest periods or downtime, believing that productivity requires constant output, disconnection from purpose, losing sight of why your work matters, leading to feelings of futility, mental overload, multitasking or overloading your brain with too many competing demands, Understanding these triggers is the first step in developing strategies to counteract burnout and create a sustainable workflow. Strategies for sustaining the flow. 1. Embrace rest as part of the process. Rest isn't the antithesis of productivity, it's a vital component of it. Just as athletes schedule rest days to repair their muscles, you need to schedule mental recovery to restore your focus. Practical steps include micro breaks. Take short breaks every 25-50 minutes using techniques like the Pomodoro method. Use this time to stretch, breathe, or step away from your screen. Daily downtime. Dedicate at least an hour each day to non-work activities that relax and recharge you, such as reading, walking, or meditating. Sleep. Priority. Adequate sleep is non-negotiable. It consolidates memory, sharpens focus, and rejuvenates your mind for the next day's challenges. 2. Alternate between focus and play. Monotony can drain your energy just as quickly as overwork. Introducing play or creative exploration into your routine can act as a powerful reset. Whether it's sketching, dancing, or gardening, engaging in activities purely for joy recharges your mind and fosters new ideas. 3. Build rituals of renewal. Rituals provide a structured way to reset your focus and energy. Examples include morning rituals. Start your day with practices that ground you, such as journaling, stretching, or drinking tea in silence. Closing rituals. End each workday with a brief reflection on what you accomplished and a plan for tomorrow, signaling to your brain that it's time to rest. Mindfulness. Moments. Incorporate meditation or breathing exercises throughout the day to center yourself and reduce stress. One of the greatest challenges in sustaining focus is knowing when to stop. In a culture that glorifies hustle, stepping back can feel counterintuitive. But recognizing when you've reached your cognitive limit is an act of wisdom, not weakness. Signs that it's time to pause include mental fog, difficulty concentrating or generating ideas, physical fatigue, feeling drained or lethargic, emotional irritability, becoming frustrated or overwhelmed easily. When these signs appear, don't push through. Step away, recharge, and return to your work with renewed clarity and energy. Cultivating resilience for the long haul. 1. Focus on the bigger picture. Burnout often stems from getting lost in the weeds of daily tasks. Regularly reconnecting with your long-term goals and purpose can provide the motivation and clarity needed to persevere. Reflect on questions like, why is this work meaningful to me? How does it contribute to my personal growth or the greater good? What legacy do I want to create? This sense of purpose acts as a guiding star, helping you navigate challenges without losing sight of what truly matters. 2. Develop a growth mindset. Adopting a mindset that views challenges as opportunities for growth can transform your relationship with stress. Instead of seeing obstacles as threats, approach them with curiosity and a willingness to learn. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I adapt or improve my approach? What strengths am I developing in the process? This perspective not only reduces the emotional toll of setbacks, but also fosters resilience and adaptability. 3. Lean on your support system. Humans are social creatures, and connection is a powerful antidote to burnout. Share your challenges and triumphs with trusted friends, mentors, or colleagues. Their encouragement and insights can provide fresh perspectives and remind you that you're not alone in your journey. Sustaining focus isn't about pushing yourself to the brink. It's about honoring the natural ebb and flow of your energy. By integrating periods of deep work with intentional rest, you create a rhythm that supports both productivity and well-being. The art of deep focus is as much about knowing when to pause as it is about knowing when to push forward. It's about listening to your mind and body, respecting their limits, and nurturing them so they can perform at their peak. Chapter 10. The Deep Work Life: Living with Purpose and Fulfillment. In a world that constantly demands more from us, living a life of deep focus and purpose might feel like a distant dream. The distractions, the endless tasks, the pressure to be always available. These external forces make it easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Yet, a life well lived isn't one dictated by the noise of external demands, but one guided by an inner sense of purpose and deep work. It's not just about productivity. It's about creating meaningful achievements that align with who you are and what you stand for. Living the deep work life requires more than just focus and time management. It calls for a shift in how you view your relationship with work, success, and personal fulfillment. In this final chapter, we'll explore how to cultivate a life that's not only productive, but deeply fulfilling, where your work is not a means to an end, but an expression of your truest self. Purpose is the fuel that drives deep work. Without it, our efforts become mere tasks to tick off a to-do list, devoid of meaning and joy. Purpose, however, is not something that can be found in the external world. It must be cultivated from within. It's the understanding of why you do what you do, and the commitment to working towards something that resonates with your core values. Start by asking yourself profound questions like, what is the impact I want to have on the world? What work makes me feel alive and connected to something bigger than myself? How can my unique abilities contribute to the greater good? These reflections will help you connect your work to a deeper sense of meaning, allowing you to stay motivated even in the face of challenges. Purpose brings clarity, guiding you through distractions and keeping you anchored when the world seems chaotic. Living a life of deep work is about alignment, where your actions, decisions, and goals all flow from a place of integrity. When your daily work aligns with your values and passions, it creates a sense of harmony. But when your actions are out of sync with your inner truth, it leads to dissatisfaction and burnout. To achieve alignment, examine the gap between your current life and the life you envision. Are your activities leading you toward your deeper goals, or are they merely filling time? Are you working for external validation or seeking fulfillment from within? Begin by eliminating tasks and commitments that no longer serve your purpose. Focus on activities that resonate with your core values, that push you closer to your vision of who you want to be. This alignment is not always easy, but it is essential for long-term fulfillment. When your work is aligned with your authentic self, it becomes a source of energy rather than depletion. Living with purpose also means being fiercely protective of your time and energy. It means setting boundaries that protect your focus and well-being. In a world that constantly asks for more of your attention, boundaries become essential tools for maintaining your deep work practice. Establishing boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but of self-respect. It allows you to honor your time, space, and energy, ensuring that you can pour them into what truly matters. Boundaries are not only external, but also internal. You must be willing to say no to distractions, non-essential tasks, and even people who drain your energy. Consider these steps for setting strong boundaries. Learn to say no. Saying no to distractions, obligations that don't align with your goals, and requests that will drain your energy is crucial. Each yes should be a conscious choice in alignment with your vision. Create sacred time. Protect blocks of time each day for deep, uninterrupted focus. Treat these moments as non-negotiable. Digital boundaries. Limit your screen time and manage your digital devices so that they serve you, not the other way around. Boundaries allow you to create the space necessary for deep focus, ensuring that you can bring your best self to every task and relationship. Purpose and fulfillment aren't static. They evolve as you grow. To live a life of deep work, it's essential to regularly reflect on your journey. Reflection allows you to assess what's working, what isn't, and where you need to make adjustments. It helps you remain aligned with your purpose, even as external circumstances change. Regular reflection is a habit that can be built through journaling, meditation, or quiet contemplation. By making reflection a daily or weekly practice, you create a feedback loop that keeps you on track. Ask yourself questions like, Am I staying true to my purpose and values? What have I learned about myself in the process of deep work? What adjustments can I make to improve my alignment and well-being? Reflection also helps you celebrate progress, no matter how small, which reinforces your commitment to your goals. It transforms the journey from one of struggle into one of conscious creation. Living a deep work life doesn't mean being in a constant state of work or hustle. It's about finding the balance between focus and relaxation, productivity and rest, action and surrender. True fulfillment comes when you integrate work with rest, when you give yourself permission to stop, reflect, and recharge. Rest and recovery are not just breaks from work. They are integral parts of the process. Without them, you risk burnout and a loss of the very motivation that fuels your deep work. Allow yourself to step away from the grind, embrace leisure, and pursue activities that nourish your soul. Balance also means giving yourself the space to pursue passions outside of work, whether it's spending time with loved ones, engaging in hobbies, or connecting with nature. These activities rejuvenate your mind and spirit, contributing to your overall sense of well-being. At the end of the day, the deep work life isn't just about what you accomplish. It's about the legacy you create, the mark you leave on the world through the work you do. When your work is aligned with purpose and executed with focus, it naturally leads to meaningful contributions that last beyond your lifetime. Ask yourself, what kind of legacy do I want to leave? How do I want to be remembered? The impact you create through deep work doesn't need to be monumental to be significant. Even the smallest acts of purposeful work can have a ripple effect, influencing others and contributing to the collective good. When you live a life of purpose and deep focus, fulfillment follows naturally. Your work becomes a reflection of your values, your time becomes a precious resource, and your achievements become meaningful markers of a life well lived. Living the deep work life requires commitment, focus, and the willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. But the rewards are immeasurable. By aligning your work with your purpose, protecting your time, and balancing focus with rest, you create a life that is rich with meaning, fulfillment, and the satisfaction of knowing that you are making your mark on the world. Conclusion. In a world saturated with distractions and fleeting moments of attention, mastering the art of deep focus is no longer just a skill. It's a way of living a life that is intentional, meaningful, and profoundly fulfilling. As we journey through the chaos, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But by cultivating purpose, creating boundaries, and aligning our actions with our deepest values, we can rise above the noise. Deep focus is not just about productivity. It's about reclaiming the sacred space where our truest work and our most authentic selves can thrive. The path to a life well lived is paved with the quiet power of concentration, the wisdom of purposeful action, and the understanding that our time is our most precious resource. When we learn to focus, we don't just get more done, we create a life of profound impact, where every action reflects who we are and what we stand for. It is in the depths of focus that we find the highest expression of ourselves, and in that focus, we discover the true meaning of success.